It's safe to say that we are all stressed out. However, the long-term impact could be doing more harm to your body than you realize. Dr. Vincent Eletto is our medical expert here now to discuss this stressful topic. Good to have you here, doctor. First, I want to get this out of the way. Stress is normal.
Stress is very normal.
But it's how you react to it.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. It's been with us for thousands of years, since the days we climbed out of trees onto the plains.
So you're an emergency room doctor, and you are seeing a lot of people coming into the hospital for stress, something you didn't hear 10 years ago.
That's absolutely correct.
Now, what are these symptoms? What are people saying?
It's manifested in a lot of various symptoms. GI, hair loss, rashes. We're seeing a tremendous amount of what we would call somatic complaints. Things that are affecting their body, they're feeling joint pains, etc., just a general malaise that we're not finding organic reasons for.
And what about people who think they're having a heart attack because they're so stressed out?
That's very real. Unfortunately, many people do.
In essence, panic attacks, things like that. You know, it affects your ability to breathe when you get really stressed.
Very common. People hyperventilate. That's one of the things that we see very often in the emergency department.
Is stress ever good for your health?
Stress is not a good thing or a bad thing. It's simply a physiologic response to something that one perceives as threatening. It sometimes heightens our ability. The runner who's about to go on the 100-yard dash, he should be stressed. It helps him. It increases his heart rate, his breathing, his blood pressure. But the person who just got handed another report that was due yesterday, this is a very stressful thing.
And stress can be contagious in that if you're stressed, you can stress your family members out. You can stress your coworkers out.
Absolutely.
Even if they're not stressed.
Absolutely. Everyone feels the stress. If you feel the stress, it becomes dysfunctional among everybody. Everybody's going to react to you the way you react to them. If you become offensive, other people are going to become defensive and then offensive back to you.
So give us some coping techniques. When you feel like you're getting stressed, the triggers that are going off, what kind of coping techniques would you suggest?
There's some very simple and easy things that we can do. Number one is to control your breathing. Take some slow, deep breaths. Take a moment to yourself. You can go in the stairwell where it's quiet and you're alone. And just take some slow, deep breaths. That's one of the easiest things to do. Another thing is actually self-massage. You can actually sit down and start with the forehead. Start wrinkling the forehead. Do it for about 10 seconds.
So you mean physically just start rubbing the temples?
No, don't even have to touch it. Just tighten up your muscles and then let them relax. And then go on to the eyes and tighten the eyes up. And then let the eyes relax. And then go on to the facial muscles and the neck muscles and the chest muscles. And then by the time you work your way down, you will feel completely
Can you
relaxed.
actually show me what you were talking about, just physically?
Just tighten them up completely and then relax them.
And that really works.
That really works. Breathe deeply. Feel your abdomen start expanding and then relax that and let the deep breath out and feel it relaxing.
Now, stress, as I mentioned when I introduced you, can have long-term effects on your health. At what point do you need to go to a doctor if you feel yourself too stressed out that breathing, these relaxation techniques are not working? Is there a point that you need to see the doctor?
When you begin to get hypertension, when you begin to get obesity from eating becoming a form of coping with stress, diabetes because of those eating habits, hair loss is another one, and then of course as you see your relationships beginning to dwindle and become harmed by that stress, then it's time that you need to seek some professional help. But in the meantime, there are other things. Exercise, regular exercise is very important. Yoga, Tai Chi, a hobby. It's refocusing. It's allowing yourself to give yourself a moment of relaxation.
So what do? You're an emergency room doctor under the most stressful situations. How do you relax?
I love stress. You
love stress.
That's the way. I'm much better when I'm stressed. I do very well when I'm
stressed. So are you a perfectionist? Are perfectionists people who do well under stress?
I used to be a perfectionist until my children told me I have to stop. No, but actually I do have a lot of hobbies. I make certain I take time out for myself. And that's very important. One must take time out. One must refocus their thoughts. You know, stress is oftentimes an event that occurred in the past or one in the future. And we need to refocus that moment for ourselves. Smell the roses, listen to the birds. If you're walking, feel your muscles tightening as you walk. Yeah. And you will alleviate stress for the moment.
Because it is easy for your mind to get ahead of yourself. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a deep breath and get ready to read my next story.
Exactly.
Dr. Eletto, we thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.